Hello and welcome to Let's Talk with Big Scott 35. Running solo tonight. My man Nats Man's not feeling well. He had to go to bed. So we all hope he feels better. Just medication has really knocked him out. He had a procedure done, and so he'll be back on his feet for next week, and we'll be all right. Yeah, the clowns, I just thought it'd be funny because I know it's just going to be me and Nats Man and just a couple clowns talking about cards. That's kind of my theme for this tonight is just, we're just talking about cards. I just think we love drama. We love drama in all of our aspects. It draws us to the TV. It draws us to tuning in to, people's vlogs and everything else. You should StreamYard the audience. I would have hopped on. I can do that tonight. It's just me. So I texted a couple of people last minute, and it didn't work out that well. Let's see. We'll copy. There it is. So hop on and be my guest host for tonight. Andrew, if you would like, and or anybody else. 357. I thought that was from Goodfellas, but I kept going back and forth with Casino. But I didn't remember. I remember that in Goodfellas, that in my Shine box. So, that's Shine my shoes. So that's with people just making up. A long time, we all know that there has been people claiming you can know where the hits are in a case and all that. We know, people do shenanigans, and those things should be called out when caught for the community. But man, are we just searching for drama now in this community? Everybody wants to yell, "The sky's falling," and then you got another group saying, "Nope, we're cruising along." I feel like as a collector in this hobby, we're always going to be cruising along no matter what. I'm not really worried about sky falling or anything like that. I hope everybody liked my new intro tonight. I'm not going to say yet what the intro is and what it means. I hope somebody can figure that out. Also, I hope everybody got a chance to see, tell us about the 1990 Virginia football team. Why? We were pretty good then. I can tell you that. That might even been the year where is that the year we were first place for a week? Hey, Andrew, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Good. Nice to finally meet you face to face.
Yeah, nice to meet you face to face as well.
I like the background here. That's some. I always look at. That's why I had to make sure I had stuff in my background. I always love looking at that stuff.
It's a work in progress, and it's always evolving too. So it's not like this will be like this in a month from now. I tend to mix it up a little bit.
Right. Yeah, I kind of do the same thing with my shelves. The stuff on the wall sticks there, but I like to read, especially now I don't have as much space. For only 1 week, 357, only 1 week. I remember that season we lost to Georgia Tech on a field goal that still hasn't been made yet. It was wide left, and they called it good. And Georgia Tech went on to tie Colorado for the national championship. One got it in one of the votings, and that was when we had two voting things, and they each got one. I think Colorado, who was a running back then? One of those horses. I can't remember who it was, but I remember that season. Yeah, that was heartbreaking season. I was a freshman in college. So what have you been up to, Andrew? Hey, James, anything this week caught your eye?
Well, Veterans Day, Dean and I spent about 2.5 hours down here on a live stream on Friday.
Okay.
We were ripping some older stuff. We ripped through a whole box of 98 Bowman Baseball Series 2 together. We got about halfway through a Fleer 96 Fleer update baseball. We got about halfway through that, and then about halfway through the 92 Upper Deck Jumbos.
Okay.
So
wow.
we were just ripping and having fun.
They weren't bricked, were they?
The Bowmans were bricked, but there was not paper loss. It was just the weirdest thing. Like they were bricked, but they weren't paper lossing. So that was kind of nice.
Okay, yeah.
So it just took a little bit of time to separate them, but they're so high gloss that I don't think that there was any paper loss, at least any that I noticed anyway.
Well, that's good. I mean, you start opening up that 90s product, a lot of that likes to brick up on you quite a bit.
Yeah, I've noticed like some of the early 90s, like 94 is really bad.
Yeah.
94 is one of the worst ones. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and the year was it 92 or whatever, the Jeter rookie year tends to do the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I know that's the problem when people go to buy that. It's, oh no. And everybody I've heard sticking it in the freezer and everything else.
I tried that with the inaugural year of Stadium Club 91. I was told, hey, put it in the freezer. So I did that, and I asked, how long? And they said, oh, just put it in for about 3 hours. And I did that, and I took them out. I brought them downstairs here, and it was paper loss.
Bobbles, have you ever met Andrew of Page and Denby?
I've not met him, but he's commented and watches the videos and listens to the podcast.
So. Yes, oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, he's a go-to, and especially Mondays when you guys do the Mondays. That's my favorite, when you and Refractor Jones go at it and talk about stuff. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was supposed to be recording with him right now, but he's not home yet. So I told Scott I would hop on here.
Yeah, we had poor Nats had a last minute, had a problem with his back and stuff. So he took some medicine and had to go to bed. So he's doing all right. He just, I don't know.
Let me put the light on real quick.
Yeah, he was about falling asleep when we were talking before the show.
Hey, Bobbles, you like this? My son and I went live on Friday for Veterans Day. We did like a Veterans Day rip, and we opened up some 96 Fleer update.
Nice. And you pulled the kid.
Yeah, it's just the regular one. It's not the Tiffany one. They had a Tiffany where there was like one shiny card per pack, but we didn't open the whole box yet. This is what Tiffany looks like. They're just shiny.
Wow.
And there's one of those per pack, but we're not quite through the pack. The box is still like halfway unopened, so we might still get a Griffey.
And he says getting no bricking. I mean, that's that's good.
Well, these I definitely noticed that they did not brick because they have a matte finish, and one of the highlights on the box say that these cards are perfect for autographs. That was their advertisement, that these cards are perfect for autographs.
And Bobbles, you're not buying a lot right now. I mean, you've talked about that quite a bit offline, but
I window shop.
Yeah, I haven't even been really doing. I did stuff that I have bought's come in, so I bought some of the tops.
The 206
for Star Wars. I did hit a 1 out of 30 pack of red.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and a couple of Star Wars backs. And the blue,
I missed wave 1, and I've been mad about that ever since.
yeah,
so
this
I haven't ordered
is
any of
wave
those.
1 here, so I finally just got that in because they kept sending me emails saying sorry, we're having troubles printing and all that, typical stuff. Not much anything else. I talked about it in my video yesterday. I opened a Chrome Light box. I got it from Topps, and half the box had 4 cards in each pack, like it was before. James wants to know how Mrs. is doing. We got 357 saying hey to you.
What's up, fellas? Just real quick, since James asked, I haven't I don't want to go into a ton of details, but I appreciate him asking, and he knows because he came to Chantilly and all that.
Right.
She's okay. We got good news on Friday about 1 test. There's some other things that there's some other bridges we still have to cross yet, but we're getting there. So just a lot of doctor's appointments, tests, and I actually have to take her Tuesday to Charlottesville, where that's at, UVA, UVA Med Center, to have another thing done, a procedure done. But we're trying to cross each bridge as it comes. So
tell her I'm thinking about her and hope everything goes well. I didn't even know all that was going on, Bobbles.
I've tried to.
Yeah, you gotta keep things close to the vest.
I just because we don't really know everything going on, so I don't really and the doctors are like, you go get one thing checked and then they tell you to check something else, and it's just a never ending avalanche. So I've just kind of been that. To be honest, I mentioned it in my video. I don't normally do every day. That's not my thing. I do it but this has gave me something to kind of keep the brain occupied and
I understand that.
Keep me motivated for it. So
this is one of the things that keeps me sane as I look to this Sunday night every week. So it's gonna come no matter what day, what's going on. If I'm doing it by myself or have friends jump on, which I got tonight, which has been awesome. We're window shopping. Are you just checking out things for future purchases? Are you seeing where things are at, or what are you? Is it a mix of things?
So I got a couple in the other day, and I don't know where the heck I put them now.
Right.
I'm just being very picky, I guess. If something catches my eye and I feel the price is really good, I'll pick it up.
Right.
But I'm not I was actually talking, I've talked to several folks, and I think I might have even told you this. I think right now, it's actually nice because I can sit, and if something sells, I don't have to get mad at myself for not buying it because I know it's not shooting 4x tomorrow.
Right.
I can be patient and pick things up as it goes, and I don't feel the need to constantly buy. And it's you can be more casual now. The past couple of years, it was you had if you felt something was a good buy and you didn't buy it, you might have missed out because the next time you looked at it, it might have shot up 2 times. I mean, I talked about a card I bought, and it was back when the mail system was delayed, and by the time it got to me in the mail, it had tripled in price.
Right.
And it wasn't a $3 to $10 card; it was a $500 to $1,500.
Yeah.
So, it's actually better now because it's less stressful. So
this kid is on a 5 to 7 day streak of watching the Mighty Ducks movie 1, 2, and 3, and he is upstairs with one of those field hockey, those soft street hockey balls, and a hockey puck, and this is going on. This goes on all day for like the last 7 days.
That's awesome. That's
Nothing wrong with that.
That is nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I haven't even honestly. I haven't even been looking. I haven't gone on Tops.com looking at the stuff for the week for my Star Wars. Nothing. I haven't. I was started to the other day for just to see what was on PWCC, and I was like, nope, not even going to do that. So
I've never bought anything on there, so
I showed my first purchase a few weeks ago. This is 2 weeks worth here, and I don't think that's $150. So, I mean, I got pick up a Cap Young Gun, and I got some 71s in there. Griffies. So it's just so much stuff on our weekly auction, and you know how auctions are. You one of the first ones that were screaming, "Stop putting your stuff on the auctions." So.
Oh yeah, I transferred a few of my eBay listings to auction last night. I do it every so often. If stuff's just sitting there,
right,
and it hasn't sold, but it has a lot of watchers on it, or it gets a good amount of views. If it hasn't sold at the price I have it listed, instead of going through and trying to figure out what people wanted at, I'll toss it up at auction. And one of the cards I had listed for $20. It's funny. I had it listed at $20, and I just changed it to auction last night, and I think it's already or pretty close to over $10 already. So, I mean, it's like, I don't know what the people were waiting for, but okay.
Battery. I know you like to joke, Carlisle, but that's the God honest truth. Wait for people like Mike to open and just, get their singles. That's kind of, I think I'm going to just stop buying boxes too, or as much fun as I have opening them. Tops are so bad right now with their quality. I mean, why? And then you go and look at Retro Hoops talking about Panini and their quality. It's like they've just given up. And Fanatics needs to come out and say what they're going to do to address all this stuff. And you haven't heard word one. And they bought Tops. It's not like they don't own Tops. That was kind of one of the topics I wanted to talk about tonight was, so I had half a box of light. 6 of the packs were 4 cards. The other half, 1 pack was 5. I had 1 pack with 2 cards, and the rest had 3. So it was awfully a light box. I can tell you it was light.
So how many cards total did you have?
I was short like 8 cards, I think, total, or 7. And I was going to email them, and I was like, why? Because it's no way I can verify it. It's just you're in a hamster wheel at that point. So I didn't video it. It just, it's very frustrating. And everybody, and you have the problem with the, what cards are supposed to be in what product, stuff like that. It's just getting a little frustrating. I got no color in it. I did get my black and white mini diamonds, but nobody of interest, which I kind of was knowing that. And I got that logo refractor. I did hit an auto logo refractor, but no color in that either.
So there's word going around that the Fanatics purchase of Panini has been done. It's happened, but there's been like no official announcement. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, neither here nor there, the scenario there. I guess somebody went to redeem some Panini points, and it came up and said the Panini rewards program is no longer in existence, and it referred them to a Fanatics website. I'm wondering so there could be good signs and bad, and I know the talk of a monopoly and all that stuff is floated around. But I also wonder if Fanatics does buy Panini and then can consolidate all of the brands under basically an umbrella. If that can, I know they're going to want the money, so the chances are this answer is going to be no. But like your packing situation or the quality of the cards, that's not. It's their responsibility, but Topps and Panini doesn't actually make the cards.
Well, I understand that 100%, but I'm a third party person at my manufacturing job. And let me tell you, if I don't get it right, I'm no longer the third party manufacturer.
Well, that's kind of what I was leading into is they don't make the cards, so they're paying another company to do this. And I have really wondered because, I mean, we both know in 2018 and most of 2019, the product was pretty good quality.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't that many issues. And then late 2019, when print started climbing more and more, I specifically know 2019 update, the quality was pretty poor for Topps. But I wonder if it's not just they're adding so much stuff, like, and not even just the print of a particular product, but then how many products these companies are printing. And it might not be that they just don't care, but it's just too much. I mean, when you work in manufacturing, you can have the machines ran 24/7, but if that's not putting out enough, you might have to crank them up to 4x speed on 24/7. And then, things, let's face it, things are going to go downhill. And I'm just wondering if that's what it is. It's just they're not trying to do too much.
Right.
So, and all this fancy like chromium stuff anyway, it's so easy to scratch, and there's extra processes to it. When it was back in the 80s and 90s and they were junk wax era, it was mostly strictly cardboard,
Right.
And the main thing we had was centering issues.
Fanatics did buy one of the printing places, so hopefully getting it all under one umbrella, can help them.
Well,
hey, Mike, I just want to welcome Mike to the show. We're just talking about me opening a box of Chrome, and just like the Phillies, I got no hits. But anyway.
Too
soon.
The man wearing a Cowboys hat that just lost to the Packers.
Oh, I know. This is going to be, thank you. This is going to be the game. There's always one game a year where you point to it and go, that's the game. And I think that's the one. When I saw the guy that has ping pong paddles for hands catch that long pass, I was like, for a touchdown. I was like, whatever. We're done. Time to No, don't do that. Hey, Mike, I'll pay you back somehow. Go ahead, Andrew. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
I cannot believe, we talk about how much product was here that's coming right now, like how much is on the shelves. And I remember in 2003, 2004, 2005, I went and I looked back at how much was produced for each manufacturer. We had Upper Deck, Donruss, Fleer, Topps, and there was almost, I looked it up about a week ago. They released for an entire year close to 200 products for the whole entire year. It was how do you possibly, if you divide that's 5-6 products coming out every single week or two.
This rest of this year, I don't know what. Well, we'll probably be getting product for just like we are in Upper Deck, where we're going to be mixing in 22 with 23 again next year. So,
and I'm just talking. That was just baseball. I'm not even talking about all the other sports from Upper Deck, Donruss, Fleer, and Topps. In baseball alone, it was 200 products back in the early 2000s.
Right.
Into the mid 2000s. So the way products coming out now, it's kind of manageable to me. I mean, I just kind of collect Topps.
Right.
And go after the top stuff, not the high end stuff, but just looking for the product. It's not that unmanageable right now.
Well, really, when you talk about that, just look at 2022 alone, and we haven't even gotten into update or anything. But look what Topps does and what they've done now with like Chrome. You know, they had Chrome, and then they had Chrome Sapphire, and then you would have like Chrome Update or whatever. And now we've already gotten Chrome,
Next year battery.
Chrome,
First,
the Chrome Light. You have the Chrome Logo Fractor. There's some, what's that other one, like a Galaxy or something? I seen the.
oh yeah, I
the
saw
name of it.
pictures of it. I didn't even hear about that till Mike was on 2 weeks ago.
Is that called Cosmic?
Yeah,
something?
Topps Chrome Cosmic or something like that. Then they have Black, you know, Topps Chrome Black, and then they'll have Update. And I haven't even heard anything about Sapphire, but we know they Sapphire everything. Like,
right,
if they don't have Sapphire, I would be shocked
right?
because they've Sapphired everything.
I'm surprised we haven't had a Sapphire Series 1, 2, and 3 or update. Yeah, James said Cosmos.
Yeah, so when you put it into perspective, there's like the product and then the sub products. You know, we're getting like insert sets of sets.
Right.
So
and it's the same picture of the player.
Yeah, and what I almost did a video on it, but some people was thinking that I was being a grumpy about the Julio Rodriguez thing when I was talking about him one night, and I really wasn't. I was just more having fun. But have you guys noticed the SP?
Thanks, Amari.
The Logo Fractor, and what is it? There's 3 different ones. And if you look at it, it's almost like they just had a camera on, you know, fast shoot, and it's like split, maybe less than a split second apart, where he's in the same like batting stance. He's not even like swinging; it's like the same batting stance. And I was just like, "How are these SPs?" You know, I don't know. I can't wait to see Stadium Club come out. Get some great photography on there. I mean, these guys just standing at a plate. It's not.
Yeah, I love Stadium Club. That's one of my favorite cards, and it just gets no hobby love. Everybody in hobby loves it, but it gets no hobby love. Right. If that makes any sense, everybody loves it, but nobody's gonna pay for it unless it's some super short print of something, you know, one of the big guys. But yeah, so hockey baubles. I haven't got a chance to see your video for today, but nice.
I'll be honest. I want to be fully clear, and I say it in the video, and the thumbnail kind of shows it. I am still what I would consider a noob to hockey. I've only been into hockey cards about 3 years, maybe. So when I do these videos, I'm not doing it to like. I'm trying to give it into a perspective as someone that's also new, that's looking to learn about hockey, and not as someone that's been doing it for 20 plus years. And so I always try to make sure people understand, like, if I'm wrong about something, or if I'm looking at stats in a different way that a longtime collector would, I apologize. This is just a newbie venturing into a sport that I have absolutely really loved. I mean, me and the missus were watching the Kraken game the other night. I sat and watched the Dallas Stars game this evening against the Flyers. You know, I got games on over here all the time on the TV. I really have started to love, and the missus in the podcast, when she joined me, she said Upper Deck Hockey is her favorite product to open now. So that's pretty cool too. So.
Well, what I want to get to is, like, we're still getting 21 product out at this, like, there's still got 10, the 10 cup or whatever to still come out, and some other ones.
So that's a sore subject for me. It's actually 2020, 2021.
Oh, is
cup.
The cup.
Because so the guy I've been high on, and I was on him early, and he's turned into an absolute star. No pun intended, because he's on the Dallas Stars.
Yeah.
But that's Jason Robertson.
Yeah,
I
every
was
time I
buying
pull one, I
him
think of you.
like after he had played, I think it was 8 games or something like that, 10 games, I don't remember, but way early on, as soon as he started, I was on him and I started buying his stuff. And then all of the good products, SP Authentic, uh, Ultimate Collection, all of the higher end products, and then obviously the cup, they've all been delayed. Well, now
Right.
everybody knows who Jason Robertson is. So
Right.
guess what that does to me? Well,
Yeah.
I'm not affording those cards now, unfortunately. So, yeah,
Cup
that's been a
product
sour one.
is-
But yeah, there's still 2020 product that hasn't been released.
Sheesh. So that's probably been skipped by now.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna pop off, guys. I'm gonna turn into the chat for you. I'm gonna leave now.
Okay, Andrew. Thanks for jumping on, brother.
Yep.
See
See
you,
you.
man.
Take care, guys.
All
Nice
right.
meeting you in person.
Yeah, nice meeting you too, man. Great guy. His son is awesome, awesome channel. Will you be watching the upcoming World Cup? I'm not a soccer fan, but I'll probably tune it. I do not. 357. The last World Cup I watched was in the early 90s. I was in my first house. We had cup watching parties. Any reason to have a party, we had one for watching it. Soccer, just my dad loves it. I just can't. I can't. So
Man, Jenny asked a good question, but I want to know in what definition, because I love watching him, and when he gets passionate sometimes, in what definition is he referring to investing? Is he talking about the quick flip investing, the long term, like buying Babe Ruth or Jackie Robinson, or
I think it's just how the investors term it covers everything, and they just break it up. You know how they do? It's like everything's in, like every collector is at some point an investor at some point, because nobody wants to have, like my baseball collector says it all the time, you don't want crap on your shelves, right? Everybody wants to have good stuff in there, for however it hits you in your feels, how much it is worth to you. But so at some point, but us collectors look at it much differently.
Well,
you got to laugh.
The other term too, though, I mean, the reason I asked definition is because as a collector, you might, I know James, right?
Yeah, you're a sell.
He comes here all the time. I've seen a lot of James's collection. I've helped him get it graded and all that. I've talked to him about his collecting over the years. James doesn't, I don't want to say he doesn't care about the value on the card, but I can tell you he doesn't pay attention to that. So what he would invest in is more his time and the fun, and so like if you remove the financial aspect, there's still a term and definition people could throw out there and say, I'm investing this into the hobby, with not referring to it as financial means. So that's why that term investing, it's a gray area. Like,
well,
tell me what definition you're meaning it as.
I think 10 years ago, if you would have said investing in our community, more people would have thought that's what you were talking about. Yes, I was there at that time. By the way, I finally got through all my Gary Carter collection that I bought over the summer, and I'm now at 1,476 unique Gary Carters. So I'm pretty happy of a guy that started in 1975 that I even have 1,000. And there's still a lot more that are out there that I don't have. That was the funny part, and also the sad part, that I bought that big of a collection, and there's still more out there, plenty more out there to buy.
No offense, Scott.
Yeah,
I didn't even know Gary Carter had 1,400 different cards.
I'm telling you, I didn't know. I was like, at one point, because there's people that like don't consider super collecting until you get around 1,000 or whatever, and I'm like, man, I don't even think Gary Carter has 1,000. But yeah, and I got to that number. I mean, I started out, I had 600 and some. So that's how many cards from that collection I added to my collection that I didn't have. I'm close to investing in Clemente rookie before it continually gets too expensive, and I can't touch it. Yeah, Three River. I was happy. I bought that 2 years ago. Let's see, Amari. 80% of my free money will be put into the stock market for most of next year. Yeah, if you got free money, I think I'm not a money guy, but you know, when downturns is when you buy. So when it turns up, you have it. So that's how the rich folk get richer during this point. What's going on?
I've talked to
There
people about like how amazing it is that if you do this, you know, if you do cards and you just simply do it for enjoyment, I've actually found more often than not, if I just buy something because I absolutely like it, I think it's cool, whatever, it's for a team or the player or whatever that I collect.
Yeah.
More times than not, that's where some of my biggest wins have came from. Whereas if I'm sitting there worrying about what the value is or is it's a smart buy or whatever, that's when I normally screw up. So, you know, even when I say screw up, you know, I did the video showing the Derek Jeter and the Lewis Robert that I bought, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, I took a bath on those, but I still have them because I bought those because I liked them. So, sure, they're less value now than when I bought them, but at the same time, they're still here in my display cases, and I still enjoy them. So they still have value to me. But I found like the cards that have grown the most are the ones I didn't even really. I just bought them because I wanted them.
Right,
So.
and I mean that's, you know, I sell cards. I got a stack over here. I get stuff graded to either sell or trade. I'm starting to try to trade more. I really don't, because I always feel like, Gary Carter has 5,280 cards. Thank you, Snoop. And just and let me tell you, every time a new set is made, that number just keeps going up because he's one of the legends that's always in there.
I think I just found Snoop's channel, and is he on Instagram?
Snoop, are you on Instagram? I don't know if he is or not.
I think he's from the area.
He is close to you.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah, he's in your area. I don't know exactly, but yeah, I know he's in your area.
All right, cool.
Yeah, he does have an Instagram. So that's funny. So 5280s, how many feet's in a mile? We're a learning program tonight. PBS.
Sesame Street.
Yeah. You thought you were getting clowns, but no, you got Sesame Street. I don't know how many people here saw my video for my card apartment, whatever I called it, for my tour of my apartment.
That's Scott's museum.
Yeah, so
that was a cool video. I didn't expect you to have stuff in every room like you do, but I appreciate it. I respect that.
Okay, I even have stuff in my kitchen, but I was hiding stuff in my kitchen too, so I could go ahead and get the video out. But I don't have anything in my bathroom yet until I'm looking for like what I really want, and I've seen it before. It's like a poster of like the urinals at like Ebbets Field or something like that. I've seen it, and I would like to have that. It's a black and white picture, and that'd be something cool to hang over my toilet. So I can say I have something in every room of my house.
Are you gonna get cowboy toilet paper?
No, I did have Redskins at one point in my life. My mom got me Redskin toilet paper at Christmas. No Carter toilet paper. But what I wanted to say is I'm upset that nobody has said anything about what video I had on my monitor as I showed my monitors and where I do my my videos and stuff.
It's honestly hard to see.
Is it? I
Yeah,
thought
it
it
was
was
kind of hard
plain
to
as
tell.
day, but it's Jeff Wilson. I wanted somebody to go, "What are you doing?" I just framed it up there, and it's like he was doing the top 5 of the week. I was like, "Oh, nobody said anything." Oh, that would have been great. But so
Since Mangini's here and it's been a running joke, I'll go ahead and show it. I keep this on my desk now. Again, if anybody in Scott's chat, if y'all are an investor, if y'all want it, I know what I have. How about the color match optic rated rookie Will Greer? Will Greer. I know what I have. Numbered out of 299, but the color match, and we
well,
know about Will Greer. So
an old
I keep it
Zappa,
right here in
whatever.
case anybody. That way I can package it up and get it right out to you. It's already in a card saver for PSA. I mean, it's already ready.
No sticky stuff. Please, no sticky stuff on there. That was something, John. When you showed that and it had the sticky stuff on there, and I was like, I'm on PSA. Really? Shoot, I was going to ask you, Papa, whatever for the Patriots. His card is kind of blown up. I think he's only got a couple of cards right there.
Zappy?
Yeah, Zappy.
I'll be honest. I don't keep up with a lot of the football stuff at all. I like my Ravens, but if I'm collecting football, I'm probably going to go back to the guys that I enjoyed. Jerry Rice, Montana, Steve Young, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders. Those guys, because the game today is so. The players' careers are so short, and then with free agency, they're bouncing around so much. And the missus actually asked me, she was talking to me about it the other day, and she was like, does this surprise you that Trevor Lawrence's record is as bad as it is this far? And I'm like, no, it doesn't, because what keeps happening to these poor guys, they might be amazing quarterbacks, but they get put on these crappy teams because they're drafted, as these lottery picks in the first 5 draft picks. And why did those teams have the first 5 picks to begin with? Because the team sucked.
Right.
So how do you put that guy in there and expect him to be a miracle worker? You got to give him something to work with. So it doesn't surprise me at all.
Have you seen this company was at the Chantilly Shells?
Yeah, I've heard of Shells.
So they were giving free things out, but they got their corners are. I hope you can see them. They're
cut off. So yeah.
So and then they're really easy to slip them in. I really enjoy. I also bought one of their one touches just to see. I like it. Right now, just let everybody know. I'm sitting here looking at it. Yeah, you're correct with me and my dad had that same exact conversation. I think it stemmed from your last podcast that you actually have, and I'm happy to. They're coming back right this week. I got to have something to listen to and from work.
Yeah, I'm hoping Refractor gets back with me sometime. See, he's in Vegas, so he's 3 hours behind me. So sometimes it's difficult. And then the reason we didn't do them Wednesday and Friday was because I had stuff going on. I had the SGC order return, and then I had to take the missus for an appointment on Thursday, and she wasn't feeling good and everything, and my day got away from me. So that's why those didn't happen. We're not going anywhere. It's just us coordinating our times gets a little bit difficult. So
yeah, 357 says national tickets go on sale on the 28th.
Yep.
What package are you purchasing? I'm gonna. All I'm getting is what I always get, the regular VIP.
I have to talk to somebody because I was told not to buy anything fancy this year because possibly
get your pass. What we talked about.
I gotta talk to somebody.
What we talked about.
I gotta talk to somebody that knows somebody.
Right. Probably what we talked about at Chantilly, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
We talked about it last year. Well, not last year. Wow. Last national. We talked about it at the house with Refractor.
Right.
He
Okay.
told me that he might be able to talk
Oh,
to
cool.
somebody. So I gotta get with him to see what's going on.
Yeah,
But
and to be honest, the only reason in Sharks and Wild in a shootout, it almost sounds like a 1950s like musical with the Sharks and the Wild, two street gangs. Um, anyway, the only reason I will get the VIP is in Chicago. There's very little seating, very little. There's only a few tables on the floor. I did get one of the collapsible like little seat things like y'all had for the last one, but it's just nice to go into the VIP area just to relax, drink, go through your stuff, whatever, just to
I
chill
will
out.
not pay what we did last year because that sucked.
Right. Well, all the extra stuff is not worth it. You have to measure. If you go for every day, the VIP is not that bad when you start looking at the cost. But for seating and to get in 30 minutes early, that's some big things. But when the line goes halfway to the next city to get in 30 minutes early, I don't know how much. I didn't really take advantage of it because once we got over there, almost lost my whole 30 minutes anyway. But I got in a little early. I was in there when they opened the doors.
We did the super VIP and had like the front of the line access for the autographs and then all the autograph tickets and all that other stuff. And we wound up giving the autograph passes away. And I wanted to go look at cards.
The regular VIP comes with some of that stuff, but it's not front of the line and all that. For me, I'm going to be right across the street. Boom, right in there. So it's a lot easier than New Jersey, which I have a funny feeling we're going to be back there in a few years. I just had that feeling we'll be Chicago, Cleveland, Chicago, then back in New Jersey. How I feel. Unless they get enough pressure to go to the West Coast, there's a lot of people pushing for that. So it'd be nice just to do it once. Wouldn't be bad.
I think they'll probably try to. I mean, Burbank's, they're putting on. What is their next one? Is it later this month?
It's supposed to be. It's either this month. I know it's before the end of the year.
Yeah, and he supposedly got a better place and everything this time. So it'll be curious to see how that turns out. And then they're probably going to want to monitor how strong the.
Are they not at the Anaheim Convention Center?
Well, my thing more is just they're probably going to want to see how strong the hobby stays. Because I'll tell you, not to be like a Debbie Downer, but with as much negative nonsense that's going around right now, and
it's kind of how it started on the show.
People are going to get tired of that, and the prices, the quality.
For me, it's just buying the stuff for me is a double-edged sword. I am feeling a little bit of the economy right now. So I have to figure out what's more important to me. Buying some more Gary Carters and Pete Alonso's, or buying packs because I feel like I want to open packs today and get probably all but 2 cards of what I want out of it or whatever. I rather, if I'm going to buy boxes, I honestly would rather buy Star Wars because Star Wars is character driven and I like the characters, where the teams, sports is a little different. So
I will say I want to get some Series 1 Upper Deck because hockey is fun to open.
Sounds good, Snoop.
Seems pretty good. That product seems pretty good. And something that we don't do a lot of, but I'm not going to get into it, but Me and the missus do enjoy also opening Pokemon every now and then.
Yeah.
And then you also have, like we discussed, Stadium Club and some of the other, and those product like Heritage, that kind of stuff.
Right.
They're also usually more price efficient products. Like if you don't get a big hit and you're spending a decent price on a box, it doesn't hurt as bad, and
Right.
you can have fun with it. So
yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I got the light. The light was $100. I know that's like $30 more than what it used to be or whatever. But it wasn't crazy. I was not going to buy a jumbo for a mortgage payment. That's just ridiculous. It's not. I mean, because their high end stuff now is so stupidly outrageous. The museum and all that tier 1, 5-star. But man, you used to feel like you were getting something with the Chrome, and now and we're not even talking about a secondary market. We're talking straight from the Topps itself, and that's where I'm coming back to where I think Fanatics almost needs to do like a hobby address and talk about what their plan is, especially if you're saying they're buying Panini. And I'm wondering, are they buying Panini America? Because Panini has so much European influence that it's hard for me to realize that Fanatics is going to buy that part of Panini.
There's also like the Asia too. There's a Panini Asia, because that's who does like all the choice products and everything. So
right.
I'm not sitting here to be breaking news. I've heard the rumor float around. I don't even remember who the guy's channel was, but he said that it was in a Facebook group apparently. Somebody posted that they went to redeem some Panini points, and he got a response back that said the rewards program was no longer active, and sent him to a Fanatics website or something like that. So anyway, I don't deal a lot with Panini to begin with, so
as I couldn't see what the purpose is other than to get the contracts of the to get the contracts of the rights to basketball and football early.
Amari had it, Grip and Rip. That's who it was. I've seen the video of. I found his channel because I was looking to see. He did a video that said people were mad with Topps over the Montgomery Club, and then because we had gotten an email regarding the Montgomery Club set, and I was like, well, what? I didn't know that people were like burning them at the stake that bad. I didn't know what was going on. I knew that those cards weren't going to be in the set, but I guess people complained enough, and Topps is actually included. Well, they're sending them separately, but they're putting Julio Rodriguez, Bobby Witt, and Torkelson with the 582 Montgomery Club stamp on them, and sending those separate from the set. So I kind of did a video because
those should have been a series too anyway. Those three should have been a series.
If people see the singles on eBay, they're going to think they're in the actual set and get confused by the sets, get mad when they open them and they're not in there. And so I kind of did a video sharing that. Just hopefully people understood that just because the singles are out there, they're not included in the set. So
right. Yeah, I just with the Panini, I just wish they would come out and say, here's our plan for the future. I just think us in the hobby, right? We look at it as a very important thing where people outside of it, not in Fanatics, I know there might be hobbyists, but it's a business and they want to sit there and treat it as like, oh, it's just cards, it's just a business or whatever. But we would like to know what's going on. Like, what is your plans? You own Topps now. Is things going to change? What are your plans for? It's going to be sooner rather than later. It just something. And and the Panini thing, said all along, I don't know why, because everybody wants the Topps brands and everything. There might be some few diehard Panini fans out there, but once the first Topps Chrome football and basketball hit the shelves, that'll be all forgotten.
Yeah, that'll be a very sought product, but my concern is, what is it going to be priced at? Because let's be real, Fanatics isn't cheap on their stuff.
Right.
And if they carry that same business model over to cards,
well, I just think they're going to put it everywhere. They're already in every mall, either at a Lids. If you go into, it's called Locker Room by Lids, or by Fanatics or something. They already have racks of cards, and they already have Panini and Upper Deck in there with the Topps cards. When you go in there, it's bigger than a Lids store. They're pretty big stores. They look a lot like a old school like T-shirt store or something. So they already have that. They already have most of the college bookstores. Fanatics runs the clothing part of it. At most stadiums, they run the clothing parts of it. So professional. I just think they're going to be everywhere, and including your Walmarts. I don't think they're going to take it out of Walmarts and Targets. I just think they're going to skip the middleman and be their own distributor. So,
well, they've definitely changed the price of retail. It shocked me when I seen all that retail at my Walmart, and I asked the lady, because the prices weren't on the shelf correctly. So I asked her to scan them and give me the correct prices. And it shocked me that mega boxes of Prism were cheaper than mega boxes of Topps Chrome. And that was surprising to me, because I was like, Topps has now raised their prices higher than Panini has. And that's scary to me. I mean, if we already got,
well, that's all reactionary.
They are
to the secondary market. They saw the secondary market was selling them 4 times as much. They feel like if we, raise them $5 to $7, $10, they're going to buy it.
Here's a question for you, because I've struggled with this. I haven't bought any. Like, I always bought, if there was product on the shelf, I'd buy it, come home, we'd have fun. I haven't bought any because when people were buying up all the retail wax and trying to flip it, I refused to buy it, because I looked at it as, I'm just contributing to the problem, right?
Right.
And I feel like some of this price increase, now, I guess if it was naturally risen, and over time, things rise in price, what have you. If it was naturally done, okay, fine. But knowing that I wouldn't buy from the people that were flipping it, it's really made me turned off of going into a store and thinking, well, why am I going to pay it now just because it's on the shelf at that price when I wouldn't pay it for somebody that was flipping it at that price? So it's really kind of pushed me back from even wanting to buy any of that retail wax.
To me,
have you felt the same way?
No, and I'll tell you why. Because a lot of it's like $5 for the blasters, right? Now some of the other ones. Now, am I buying as much? No. Am I happy about it? Hell no. I wish it went back to $14.99 the way it was in 2006. But I think it is a time for a price increase of a little bit. Also, with the everything else going up, but to go up $10, I'm not for that. But I saw that Topps Update is $24.99 for a blaster. So I'm like, that's always been Series 2 was $19.99. So not only did you go up, you went up during the middle of your release season. You know what I'm saying? You didn't wait to Series 1 of next year. You saw what was going on now, and you kicked up the prices.
Right.
But because a lot of these flippers were buying it and selling it for $100 a blaster, $75 for a blaster. I wasn't buying that. Now the product's got it. Now I'm not going out and buying the Topps Chrome because Topps Chrome doesn't have anything in it I want other than some Pete Alonso cards. So why buy the whole thing? You know, that's Wifey says here blasters and hangers, mega boxes, everything is at least double from what they have on our shelves as pricing anyway. Now, if it's double, I'm not touching it. If I go in there and I see a box that's double than what it was before, you know, it's no way.
I can tell you this much. So I really enjoy X Fractors and I love the mega boxes. But the only player that really stood out to me from Topps Chrome, I didn't look at O'Neal Cruz, but obviously Wander is the key rookie of that product, right?
Right.
And when I seen that the Wander X Fractor was, at the time I looked, and this was probably a couple weeks ago, but they were like $40.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, I was like, why am I going to spend $65
exactly
for the chance to pull one if I can just go online and buy one for less than the price of the box? And then, you know, there's been other the Prism hanger packs for basketball. They used to be hanger boxes, but now they're hanger packs.
Right.
Those are $22 in store, and I've been seeing them cheaper on eBay. Well, and I was like, that is a telltale sign that retail flipping is done when you can buy them cheaper on eBay than the store.
And this is also what I think Topps and maybe Panini, but I don't know much about basketball, football, and Chase. But what Topps has done is created Chase cards to the extreme. They used to have what we call what people are looking for. But when you start making your key rookies that should be in Series 2 base as short prints and super short prints, then they feel like, oh, we can jack the price up and make these a chase, just like they do on Funko Pops and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, mystery boxes and all that other stuff. And ask EA Sports how that went for them in that community for gaming. It's not a good look. And that's what they're trying to do is create an artificial chase that's even more popular than short numbered, you know, the red 1 of 5 or whatever that's out there of one of these guys, and put these chase cards in their short prints and have people buying them until, you know, that they're not there anymore. They just create it. And
it's the gamble. It's definitely the gamble aspect to it.
And what I might see Fanatics do, and Leaf has already done this to some extent, but Leaf is Leaf, so they're not good at much. They're just okay at it. What they might do in the future is grade cards or do buybacks on graded cards and do repacks on their own and have chase cards in that. I would not put. We're going to have all kinds of different packaging for Fanatics, I feel like.
You know,
especially on their own website for Christmas and holidays.
You mentioned buybacks, and Upper Deck used to do a lot of buybacks.
Yeah.
And they still do some here or there, but I actually really liked those. You know, Topps does it with the archive set, but they kind of there's way too many subjects and cards in that.
Right.
I like how Upper Deck does it, where if they do like a buyback Young Guns, like a retro buyback Young Guns, and it'll be like numbered maybe to 10 or something like that, and the guy signed it and everything. I think that's a really cool idea. And to throw this ideas came out before, but with all of the nonsense of the relics that's going on, if Fanatics could really do something like, you know, they have all these autographed jerseys and helmets and all that. If they could do a redemption that's just like you receive an autographed jersey or an autographed helmet or an autographed baseball or an autographed bat, I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, and you might get that with them because that's what they used to be known for.
And I think it could even help the memorabilia market a little bit.
Right.
Because then you get people maybe potentially saying, oh, this is a cool item, you know, and start possibly collecting that. So I just think that's a great idea on their part. But
I'm eager to see what they're going to do because Topps and Panini have given up. So I'm ready for Fanatics to start stepping up and doing something, and let us know what's up for the future. Because what the future, if it's the same old, or are you going to shake it up a bit? But we're at an hour 5, so I want to thank Bobbles and Andrew for jumping on with me last minute tonight. I really appreciate it, guys. Yeah, Snoop Fanatics, yeah, purchasing a grading company. I heard that too.
I think that's a bit too much, but
yeah, then
I think that should be left separate.
I mean, we're already seeing a problem when it comes to what's his face at PSA. When you tip your toes, and it's just too much. But anyway, I really want to thank y'all for helping me out tonight. I have a lot more fun when I have the second person, you know how it is, bounce things off of and have that discussion. I have a great group of people in my my chat over here as always. I really appreciate it. As I said before, I got my video up for my room. If you haven't seen it, give it a look, and please comment and let me know if there's more things you see. I collect a lot of different things. So if you ever want me to do on one of my Saturdays where I get more personal about my stuff, let me know what you want to see. And until then, like, share, tell a friend, and please subscribe if you haven't. And we'll see you.
Good night, everybody.